So it is 5 a.m, but the All Blacks have just announced their side to take on the Irish. Now, there are a few changes compared to what we saw in their last game up against Uruguay. This should be an outstanding game. The Irish in form. The AB slowly starting to build their momentum as they make their way towards the playoff games. But in this video, we'll be telling you exactly who will be taken to the field. We will start with the front row. Number 1, Ethan de Groot. Number 2, Cody Taylor. And number 3, Tyrell Lomax. So Ethan de Groot returning from his suspension. He has been away for the past 2 weeks, but now back into the starting lineup to go head-to-head with Tadhg Furlong. Number 2, Cody Taylor. I believe that was the expected option to go up against the Irish. And then number 3, Tyrell Lomax. Looked like he had a bit of an injury last week, but has been cleared to play. So hopefully he will be 100% in the lock and jewel. It is Brodie Retallick at number 4 and Scott Barrett and number 5, a lot of experience there, but not quite as much experience, of course, as they have got coming off the bench in that position. Number 6, it is Shannon Frizzell. So he has been back from his injury for a couple of weeks, looking strong. We'll have to play a physical game of rugby going head-to-head with Peter O'Mahony throughout this 80 minutes. Number 7, Sam Cane, and he will also be the captain for the All Blacks in this quarterfinal. And number 8, Ardie Savea. He did get rested for the last game up against Uruguay. That was his first time not being in the starting side for 2023, but he's back now, should be fresh and ready to go up against the Irish. Here in the back line, number 9, Aaron Smith, with number 10 being Richie Mo'unga. So going back to what they have had in the game up against France, as well as the game up against the Italians. And that seems to be the combo that they will be sticking with. But there is a huge surprise off the bench for the All Blacks in this game, but we will get to that in a very short moment. Also a little bit of a surprise, although it was rumoured that there was an injury in this position. It will be Leicester Fainga'anuku as the starting left winger. Mark Talia unfortunately did sound like he had an injury throughout the week, which did leave the door wide open for Fainga'anuku to step up. He had a hat-trick up against the Uruguayans, so he's in some very good form. Be going face-to-face with Mac Hansen in this game. In the centres, it is Jordie Barrett at number 12 and number 13, Rieko Ioane, a man who's been a little bit out of form, but perhaps that last week where he was rested would have helped him find his feet once more. Number 14, it is Will Jordan, and then number 15 to close out the starting lineup for the All Blacks, it will be Beauden Barrett. Looking through at the reserves, number 16, Dane Coles. So they've gone with the more experienced option at 16 rather than Samisoni Taukei'aho. Number 17, Tamaiti Williams. And number 18, Fletcher Null. So no Ofa Tuangafasi, no Nepo Lolala. Both Blues boys sitting on the sideline for this match. Number 19, they've gone with the experience of Sam Whitelock. 151st cap this match up against the Irish will bring up. Number 20, Dalton Papali'i. So that means no Ethan Blackadder after his return last week up against Uruguay. In the back replacements, number 21, Finlay Christie. They always have that saying, which of course I can't remember because it's 5 a.m, but it's something along the lines of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You've got an informed young halfback in Cam Roigard. They still stick with the Ginger Ninja. You can't call him that. They still seem to persist with Finlay Christie. Now, Roigard could be injured. That would have to be the only reason I see logical for not having him off the bench in this game. But I'm not the coach. I'm just some guy who gets up in the middle of the night and tells you who's in the team. Number 22, Damian McKenzie, a name who I'm very happy to see for the AB, seeing as he has done so well throughout 2023. We learnt that when Mo'unga's in the starting lineup, you can allocate that spot for McKenzie off the bench, and it does bring impact later on in a game. You'll never believe who we partner with. Normally it's Damian McKenzie and Cam Roigard that bring that late energy for the ABs, but of course, that's not happening. Number 23, they then close out the All Blacks side. It is Anton Lienert-Brown. So a couple interesting choices for the All Blacks. I have to say the props. If Ethan de Groot has found a little bit more form and Tyrell Lomax isn't injured, that could be a good combo for the ABs. But of course, it's that little bit risky, seeing as they didn't play many minutes in the last game up against Uruguay. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Do let me know what you think of this lineup in the comments down below. They are going head-to-head with Ireland at 8 a.m. New Zealand time on Sunday morning. We will be doing the live commentary on the channel, so be sure to check that out. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.